We begin a section of the Camino de Santiago that is pure Castilian plateau. We quickly leave Burgos behind in the university area, and then, along tracks and roads with little traffic, we reach Tardajos. From there, we soon cross Rabe de las Calzadas, and after 8 kilometers, we reach our destination, Hornillos del Camino. It is an easy, comfortable stage of just 20 kilometers, which we will discover in this video. We leave Burgos descending towards the river. We pass in front of the Solar del Cid, cross the Arco de San Martín, and arrive at the Arlanzón River, which we cross via the Malatos Bridge. It has been renovated over the centuries, but the passage has remained unchanged since the early days of the Camino. Its name comes from the hospital that used to be nearby for lepers, the sick, also called Malatos. If we continue a few meters straight ahead, we will reach the monastery of Las Huelgas, one of the most outstanding monuments in all of Burgos. If you would like to visit it, guided tours are available from Tuesday to Sunday. After leaving the bridge, we cross the Parque del Parral and see the Hospital del Rey and the Ermita de San Amaro on our left. This was a French saint who lived in Burgos and devoted himself to caring for the poor and pilgrims. These buildings are now part of the university, but they were originally a place of refuge for pilgrims, built in the 12th century by King Alfonso VIII. Shortly after, as we leave Burgos, we leave the familiar National Road 120 and continue along a road on the right. We have now left Burgos and are finally entering the plateau. It is this plain, this great straight road stretching for hundreds of kilometers that will accompany us to León. It is one of the key features of the Camino de Santiago. Just as Navarra and La Rioja were the beginning and Galicia is the ending, the Castilian-Leonese plateau is Camino de Santiago in its purest form. It is the place where you will find great joys and face some hardships. It is where the Camino will forge you and bring out the best in you, and it is also where its hundreds of kilometers will make you rethink your life, your relationship with yourself, and your relationship with God. Enjoy the plateau with every step, and if someone invites you to skip this section, get going and say, Buen Camino. We continue along a paved track and then along a path, first crossing the train tracks, then the Burgos bypass and National Highway 120. Finally, we arrive back at the Arlanzón River, which we cross via the bridge called Del Arzobispo. We continue along the road towards Tardajos. On our right, we will see a hill on top of which, still buried today, lies De Obrígula, an ancient Roman city. The Camino de Santiago between Tardajos and Rabe passes almost unnoticed over the Urbel River. Today it is a small stream, but in the Middle Ages it was a marshy and unpleasant area. So much so that a saying has survived to this day. From Rabe to Tardajos we will not lack work, and from Tardajos to Rabe, liberanos domine. Fortunately, today at worst we will have to face the summer sun or the winter cold. The weather will be our biggest enemy. At this stage of the route, there is hardly any shade or shelter. Protecting yourself from the sun and carrying water is essential in summer. In the colder months, the wind and rain will make us suffer. Leaving Rabe on the left, we see a hermitage. It was closed when I passed by, but it is usually open to welcome pilgrims. Afterwards, we reach the highest point of this very flat section, with a difference in altitude of barely 100 meters. We arrive at the Proatore Spring, another place to rest and break up the routine of the stage. After the final hill, we descend the Matamulo slope, a name that eloquently describes the difficulty of this short descent. Finally, we arrive at Hornillos, a place name that is very literal in the summer stages. The section has been easy. If you want, you can extend it to Hontanas, where there is also accommodation. Or you could even shorten it and sleep in Tardajos or Rabe, where there are also pilgrim hostels. Now it's time to rest and visit the village that welcomes us. In terms of gastronomy, if you haven't tried Burgos black pudding yet, now is the time. You can also try it in a traditional local stew called olla podrida. It consists of chickpeas cooked with all kinds of meat. Please don't eat it if you're going to be walking afterwards, because you'll sweat a lot. Its name doesn't come from the fact that it's rotten, but from olla podrida, because in the Middle Ages it was eaten by the powerful and wealthy as its ingredients were expensive. See you in the next video between Hornillos and Castrojeris, Buen camino.